You've been lying in bed for 45 minutes, not sleeping, thinking, running through a conversation that already happened, replaying a decision you already made, asking yourself what you should have said, what you could have done differently, and whether the choice you made was actually the right one. If that sounds familiar, you're probably not anxious. You're probably just smart, and that's exactly the problem. Here's something nobody tells you. Intelligence and overthinking are deeply connected. The same cognitive ability that lets you solve complex problems, anticipate risks, and see things others miss is the same ability that keeps your brain spinning at 2 a.m. Psychologists call this the intelligence trap. The more mental horsepower you have, the more scenarios your brain can generate, and your brain doesn't automatically know when to stop generating them. So while someone less analytical just makes a decision and moves on, you're still running simulations. There are three core mechanisms behind overthinking in intelligent people. Understanding them is the first step to breaking the pattern. 1. The uncertainty loop. Your brain is wired to treat uncertainty like a threat. Evolutionarily, uncertainty meant danger, so when you face a decision with an unclear outcome, your brain's threat detection system activates and tries to resolve the uncertainty by thinking harder. The problem is, more thinking rarely reduces uncertainty. It just generates more variables to worry about. 2. Perfectionism disguised as caution. Smart people often mistake overthinking for thoroughness. It feels responsible, productive, like you're being careful. But there's a point where extra analysis stops improving your decision and starts being a delay tactic. You're not preparing anymore. You're avoiding. 3. The illusion of the perfect answer. High-achieving people often believe that if they think long enough, they'll find the objectively correct choice. But most decisions don't have a perfect answer. They have trade-offs, and no amount of thinking will eliminate that. Chronic overthinking isn't just annoying. Research shows it's linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression. It keeps your nervous system in a low-grade state of alert, not because anything is wrong, but because your mind keeps searching for what might go wrong. It also kills momentum. Every hour you spend overanalyzing is an hour you're not getting feedback from the real world. And real-world feedback is the only thing that actually improves your decisions. Not more thinking, more doing. There's also a social cost. People who overthink tend to second-guess themselves in conversations, replay interactions for days, and struggle to be present because part of their attention is always running analysis in the background. The goal isn't to stop thinking, it's to think on purpose, with a time limit. Strategy 1. The decision deadline. Give every decision a fixed thinking window, 2 minutes for small choices, 48 hours maximum for big ones. When the timer ends, you decide with what you have. This trains your brain to work within limits instead of searching endlessly for certainty. Strategy 2. Write it down, then close the tab. Overthinking lives in loops. When you externalize the thought, write it out, you break the loop. You can literally see all the variables. Pick one, move forward. The problem isn't that you don't have enough information, it's that the information is spinning instead of sitting still. Strategy 3. Reframe the cost of inaction. Overthinkers treat inaction as the safe choice. It doesn't feel like a decision, so it doesn't feel risky. But inaction has a cost. A delayed career move, a missed relationship, a project that never starts. Start asking, what does staying here cost me? Strategy 4. Action as information. The fastest way to resolve uncertainty isn't more research, it's a small action. Apply for the job, send the message, start the project at 30% ready. The outcome will tell you more in 24 hours than 2 weeks of thinking ever could. Overthinking isn't a flaw in your character. It's a feature of an intelligent mind that hasn't been given a clear signal to stop. The fix isn't to think less. It's to think with intention and act with courage. The decision doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be made. If this video made you think, maybe a little too much, subscribe. Every week we cover the psychology behind why you do what you do, because understanding yourself is the first unfair advantage.